Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another quick Hive Mind Shorts. We want to talk today about perseverance. We've been dealing in real estate for about 4 years now. Daniel and myself are experienced entrepreneurs. We've developed and failed at plenty of businesses in our day, and we've happened to find success in software and real estate. We want to talk a little bit about perseverance because I think what we've been seeing since the beginning, since we've been in real estate, is we've seen a lot of people come and go, and it's pretty easy to identify the people that are going to do well because they have that persistence about them, right? You can see them even when they don't know anything at all. They're just trying to get into momentum, and then they see like they'll get a deal right away. Some people have started selling properties for us, so they'll find a buyer right away and get a deal instantly. And the only thing that I can identify that separates somebody who's going to do well and somebody who's not going to do well is the ability to persevere when things get tough. And that's what we want to talk about on this podcast.
Yeah, power of perseverance. A lot of people, like you said, I've seen so many entrepreneurs fall in and out of the wayside, and it's a terrible thing to see. And there's really not a lot we can do. I mean, as me and Anthony, there's not a lot we can do on that side of it. But I think it's like finding your internal energy to just continue on. I think it's the burnout to say about it happens, because like there's people that might like they'll start like a random business and they'll end up hating it after 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like I think it's like cliche, but people talk like, oh, find what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I think it's very cliche like that, but it really is like that, because if you don't find something you love, you'll burn out eventually. You're like, man, I don't even want to deal with these type of customers. I don't want to deal with this type of business anymore, and you'll burn out and you'll end up selling for whatever reason. And not that your exit strategy shouldn't be thought about at first, but like really find something you love. And there's so many like cool things out there. And I think me and Anthony kind of fell into land and ended up being, we love land. Like I don't see myself ever falling out of land. It's really become like a love of mine, you know. And software too, man. It's been dope dealing with software too. And my first business was trucking, and I hated it. Like every second of it, I freaking hated it. And Anthony was like, construction wise, like I hated doing that too.
Yeah, I liked it because like you're kind of like an artist in construction, and when you build things, you build a nice big stone shower, so it's cool to look at. But man, ultimately, I didn't love busting my ass, breaking my back, hurting myself, cutting myself, ruining my hearing. You know, like I loved it from an artist, the inner artist in me, but I didn't love beating up on my body in exchange for dollars and then selling all of my hours for dirt cheap. I am enjoying land. I really do like jumping the fences, walking the properties. They're super beautiful. It's very serene out there. Just the other day, I went with my son. We went and drove a ranch, and it was all full of mud. And I just bought a brand new, $75,000 truck, put a lift on it with tires, just so I could drive through these ranches. And the guy's like, you want to go in my truck? You're going to get yours dirty. I'm like, man, that's what I bought it for. Came back with my brand new truck, all full of mud, ripping it up. My son, we had a good time, like, going sideways in the truck, ripping through the mud and going down those trails. But yeah, we walked far. We probably walked a good, half to 3/4 of a mile to go back there and check out the property. And it had just rained. So we're walking through slop, trying not to slip. And it was a cool experience, man. That's the first time I'd been out there with my boy. And I really am enjoying like showing him like, this is how you make money. This is how you move lots of dollars, right? As just like a sovereign citizen that's out there flipping land, looking at stuff. Every deal we're doing now is in the multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, $1 million, $2 million. So it's getting really, really interesting, but it's cool to think about that. There's people out there making moves like that, and we are those people. But I think what you said earlier about perseverance, like that cliche thing, like you got to have something that's important to you, like your family, some kind of driver, your wife, your kids, something that's going to push you to just keep on persevering when things suck. But there's also another game that I've been playing for a very long time, and I think we're going to move into this space a lot more in the podcast. I do a lot of like mental things, like I'll play mental games, and I induce chemicals on myself to make myself want to participate, right? Be it either like caffeine, which I have recently gave up coffee, but it's still coming back to it every now and then on the days that you need it. But different types of like creatine, amino acids, peptides. There's different things you could do to put your body and your mind in a different state to push you, even to help you persevere when you're not feeling up to it. So I think like having that personal belief system, like having your family there, your friends, or something that push you, like that extra driver on the days that you need it. There's also a lot of chemical drivers, right, that can help you keep your brain in focus and keep your body feel like moving forward, even when you feel like you shouldn't. And we're going to start to move into a lot more of that in this podcast coming up.
This show is sponsored by Hive Mind CRM. It is more than just a CRM. It is a real estate and business mastermind that comes with an all-in-one CRM. You can have unlimited websites and users. You can call, text, RVM, and email all in one user interface. And you can set up custom automations for any type and multiple businesses. 65% of companies start using a CRM system within the first 5 years of business. Once implemented, the HiveMind will save you on marketing, give you more time, and make more money. One of our users had his first $100,000 month using our system in June. We want to see you automate and accelerate your business. Text us at 210-972-1842 for future meetings, and of course to get our $1 course on how to make more than 6 figures on one land deal. You can schedule your free demo today at HiveMindCRM.io.
One thing I really want to mention too on my side, I know it's not about health, but the results of what we do drives me too. Because like the reason why I do this is because I want people to learn and do real estate and hopefully land. And then the software, it's like I want people to excel. And we're providing products and services for people to excel. And I think seeing that makes me want to continue, because I'm like, why would I want to stop or cut this thing off that helps people do better, in business and in life and a lot of different things. So I'm like, man, that right there is like, it's like my own internal fuel of people succeeding around me that I have to persevere. So like, you got to find like different health reasons why you need to continue. You need to find your why. You need to find your business why of why you should do this thing. I think one of the coolest things about me and Anthony is that we're building this thing big because we know the amount of influence and people that we can make rich around this thing that we're creating. That's what drives us to build HiveMind. Like that's the biggest driver right now, is that the thing we're creating is going to influence a lot more people's pockets and generations and lives, even down to our virtual assistants. Like we're changing lives across the country just through hiring VAs and stuff like that, and people on here as well, and all our clients that do dispo and stuff for us. So it's kind of cool. The power of influence just by you making money, it really trickles down through the ranks in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, dude. So like speaking of that right there, right? So you got to keep your body again engaged. You got to keep your body flush with chemicals that are going to keep you continuing to move forward, right? So just getting that dopamine high from giving our workers bonuses, right? They're overseas and you just give them a week or two bonus, and to them, they're like, oh, dang, like they didn't expect that, so they feel good about that. We feel good about it. It keeps me high as a kite to see our people winning, to take somebody who's brand new and then see them get into momentum to make that first big check, right? To see their wives and their kids, like they're starting to just feel the ether that we're feeling. So that's another thing, is like if the people around us are winning, it makes it very, very easy to continue to push chemically, because you're getting that extra boost of testosterone, that extra boost of dopamine, seeing your family and your friends win. So that's another cool thing, is like it's a kind of a self-feeding funnel. We do what we do. We help other people win, get a little dopamine rush, and help more people win. So it keeps coming back, man. It's a really, really good spot to be in. It's a really cool business.
Yeah. So power of perseverance, man. I think we can go a little bit further into it, but I think for everybody, just if you're stuck, start doing something. And then once you start, you'll kind of feel your way out into why you're doing what you're doing. And like I said, there was an event that was a few years ago. I think it was this last year. And one of the speakers was like, "There's like 600 people in the room. Next year, after this turn cycle, there'll probably be like a third of you here in real estate still." And it's crazy as it sounds, but there's that big turnover. Like real estate agents, they fall in and out. Same thing with investors, wholesalers. Like if you're not doing the business and you don't like doing the business, I mean, I've seen wholesalers that I used to network with back when I first started, they're doing roofing now and solar, and like it's just one of those things. They ventured off into whatever, and no fault to them. It's just real estate may not be your thing. Who knows?
The show is sponsored by The List Guys. Do you need more leads in your local or virtual market? 1 in 10 small businesses don't invest in any kind of marketing. The List Guys have over 35 plus list types to choose from, and you can mix and match any list or criteria. We also use the Skip Trace list and provide up to 7 numbers and email addresses. Every list you purchase will be scrubbed against previous purchases. The List Guys are here to save you time. Contact the List Guys today at www.onelistguys.com. That's www.1listguys.com.
Yeah, I think push through, guys, persevere. Something that I've seen from Daniel, myself, persevering, because we've hit a lot of slick spots too. I don't know what you guys think about when you watch these podcasts. Like, man, these guys just took off like a rocket. But man, we've had so many low spots. It's crazy because you get a lot of capital, you distribute it into more deals. You get a lot of capital, you distribute it into more deals, marketing. Like, so there, it comes in waves. And there's also those emotional waves. Like one day we're high, one day we're low. So we've been through it all. But one thing that we are noticing from pushing through and persevering is now that things are starting to become cumulative. Stuff that we looked at 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, they're starting to cycle through. And the bigger following and audience we get, we're starting to do deals with more people. Strangers are hitting us up like, hey, we've been watching the podcast. We want to do deals. So through that perseverance, something that's really, really paying off in our business right now, more so than ever, is the cumulative momentum that we're getting just from sticking with it and pushing through. We know 2023 is going to be an insane year. It's going to be our best year yet. We already have more on the books for next year than we made this year. Right. And next year hasn't even started yet. So if you combine with what we have on the books, plus what we're going to accumulate in 2023, it's going to be a big year. We're excited.
Yeah. And it's a lot of persistence. I think you said it well too. Sometimes you don't see results right away. You really don't. And it just takes that.
It's painful, man. You got to push.
It takes that momentum to build up where it actually breaks through in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through the audience wise or through that one person that brings you a big deal or whatever. Like you gotta like produce, and knowing that it's gonna pay off.
Yeah. Sometimes when there's no reward in sight, you gotta be a crazy person. That's why I said, like, either you gotta trick yourself chemically, like whether you need to take a shot of whiskey, take a hit off a joint, do something to push yourself through that, whatever it takes. You can't give up, you can't quit. Something has to be more important to you than that. Like I said, even if you gotta, hit CrossFit, get an adrenaline rush, do something to get yourself chemically prepared to continue to persevere even when times get tough. That's all we got, guys. I think this is a dope episode. Persevere, keep pushing through. If we can help you with anything ever, you can reach out to us anytime. admin@hivemindcrm.io. And check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everywhere. We're publicly out there. I don't think there's a CRM company out there that is touching our people the way that we are. We're physically working with people, taking phone calls, doing deals with these people, JVing, helping raise funds. What did we raise yesterday? $2 million?
$2 million. That was crazy.
Guys, reach out to us. Hit us up. HiveMind CRM. Hope everybody has a happy New Year. See y'all soon.
This episode will release after New Year, so to 2023.
All right, guys. Talk to y'all soon. See you later.
Thanks for watching this YouTube video. We hope you found value. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Watch more videos just like this one.